All right, so now we are moving into action. We have been talking since, we have been thinking, we have been fantasizing about our future, about what will happen in December 2024 and the years beyond. So now we are now taking action, right? So everyone will have to bring out their workbook, and I will just facilitate through and guide you on how to set these actionable goals. And this is where the real work is. So we are going to, in the next, say, 25 minutes. But before then, right, I want us to, I told you guys that I have like a declaration for you. And I want us to say the declarations together. And as you say it, just think about it, like immerse yourself in it. Do we have any Muslims here? You're Muslim? Any other Muslim? Do we have Christians? So almost everyone is a Christian. So anywhere that, and am I permitted to do that? Yes. So like anywhere that it has spirituality in it, you can include like your like Allah, or just a moment please. So are we ready to do we have our workbooks ready?
Yes.
Okay, so just a moment. Okay, so are we ready? It's quite lengthy, but we would have those declarations together. And the reason why I'm doing this is just so that you speak into existence what you want, and then you can also use that for your action planning, and then that just helps you. So the Holy Spirit is my advantage. He helps me set new records. And like I said, please believe it. How many people want to set new records? You want to set new records in your career, in your business, in every area. And it helps me to break records. So what that means is that you will set those records, and then you yourself, you break it by yourself. And then you set another one again, right? And so it means that you continue to be a wonder to yourself. Believe this. This is what I'm telling you. I believe them, and it's working miraculously in my life. But at the same time, you know what I also told you guys? Doesn't mean that after we said all the declarations, you will be doing shabby work. You would go and you put in all the work. So it is that you put in the work, and then your belief system, your mindset, all of this now begin to work in alignment, right, for you. And it helps me to accomplish those visions. I see beyond, and I am limitless.
I see beyond and I am limitless.
See the people that we are declaring for. Oh yeah, let's start again. This time we are starting. Everybody, we are warm. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready. The Holy Spirit is my advantage. He helps me set new records. And he helps me to break records. The Holy Spirit helps me to see new visions. And he helps me to accomplish those visions. He helps me to see beyond. And he helps me to break limits. In my giving, in my marriage, in my career, in my business, in my job, I do the extraordinary. I go beyond borders. I am limitless. My power, my ability, and my sufficiency are of God. Every act of faith is brought to fruition by the power of God that is at work in me. Oh yeah, put today's date.
Today,
31st of January 2024, I endorse, I have, and I walk in my thousandfold harvest.
I walk in my thousandfold harvest.
I complete all my tasks.
I complete all my tasks.
I complete all my projects.
I complete all my projects.
I complete my monthly targets.
I complete my monthly targets.
I live in abundance now and always. I'm going to enjoy every good thing of life.
I'm going to enjoy everything of life.
I have money in abundance.
I have money in abundance.
Money loves me and I love money.
Money loves me and I love money.
I know your voice will be louder. Abundant money is so good, and abundant money is a great blessing.
Abundant money is so good, and abundant money is a great blessing.
I'm a money magnet.
I'm a money magnet.
I'm an ocean of money.
I'm an ocean of money.
I always receive money.
I always receive money.
I always get money very easily.
I always get money very easily.
Money is very, very easy for me to receive.
Money is very, very easy for me.
There's always plenty of money in my bank account.
There's always plenty of money in my bank account.
Just remember Union Bank. All right. There is money in abundance everywhere for me.
There's money in abundance everywhere for me.
Money making opportunities are always opening up for me.
Money making opportunities are always opening up.
And I'm always maximizing them.
I'm always maximizing them.
I'm always having great money profits.
I'm always having great money profits.
My gifts, my talents, and my skills
My gifts, my talents, and my skills
are always bringing me plenty money.
are always bringing me plenty money.
Money will remain abundantly
Money will remain abundant
and multiply in my hands always.
and multiply in my hands at all.
Money wasters are always very far from me.
Money wasters are very
And money enhancers and builders are always rushing to me. Money enhancers and builders. My job always brings me plenty of money.
My job always brings me plenty of money.
I have so much money to do whatever I want,
I have so much money to do whatever
how I want it, and whenever I want it.
I want.
And as we begin to close this, I have the grace for abundant money,
I have the grace of
and abundant riches, and abundant wealth.
I live in abundance wealth.
I have the grace for abundant money and abundant riches. I have in me and work in me the blessings of the Lord that maketh rich and adds only joy. All right, thank you so much. So now we begin to write, and we are writing from a place of abundance. We are writing knowing that we have declared these things over our lives, and knowing that everything that we write today is not just going to be in vain. December 31st, 2024, all of your goals will be ticked. And so, because of that, right, you're going to start writing your daily. So if you can do this, this will be fantastic. So the daily action plans that you would have to do in terms of like your finances, your career, your family, your personal goals. So the wheel of life that you had written earlier, what is important to you, what's important to BC will be different from what is important to Rukayat, right? So begin to write that. I don't know if I have my slides. So for example, like your goal areas, say let's say in finance, you can say I will earn 10 million naira every month aside from my monthly salary, right? This will be from my personal or private work, mostly through maybe consulting, coaching, mentoring, public speaking, whatever it is that you want to do that is outside of your primary source of income. So you would set goals for your monthly income. You also set goals for things that will bring you money outside of your monthly income. Then how much? So I'm just taking finance for example, right? You would have savings. How much savings do you want to have by the end of this year? I remember, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, I realized that, no, was it, no, I think it was like 5 years now, it was before COVID. I'd been doing, at the time, I'd been doing business for maybe like 6 years. And I realized that every year by December, like we'll make money, like we'll be fine, just take care of things. But by the end of December, I won't be able to accumulate so much, like it won't be so tangible. You should be like, where did all this money go to? And I'm like, no, I can't just be working and then starting all over again in January, the same old, same old. So I told myself at the time that no matter what, like at the end of that year, we would at least had made X amount of money, and then X amount of money would remain in the account, and then we can now like invest it and do other things. And to be honest, I didn't know how that was going to be possible, but it meant that I started creatively thinking about ways to cut costs, ways to improve, and ways to just increase revenue. And truly, by the end, because I had set that goal and my eyes were fixed on that, by the end of that year, we actually hit that target. And I said that after that year, like it will never be in a situation where this money will be less. And in 5 years' time, by the time I was doing the calculation, right, at the end of, let's say, last year, December 31st, what we had set the goal for 5 years prior, we had even made more than times 100 of that amount. So it just to give you like the power of vision, the power of like setting goals and saying no, because you're working with something, right? And it's almost like until you hit it, you will continue to be restless. And so in terms of like your finances, what are you setting? Your daily goals, your monthly goals, and then your year goals. In terms of your career as well, are there courses that you want to take that you know that it would help you in terms of going to the next level in your career? There's some skills that you just need to add to what you have. If not, like the worst case scenario, maybe you just move 1 or 2 steps higher. But there's some courses or there's some skills that you would enhance, that once you have those, you might just be the only person in your company that has it, and because of that, they promote you, or you're being asked to go abroad for certain things. So but you have to be able to determine what those things are and then go for it. In terms of still on career, example could be, I will apply and get a job that positions me as the CEO of a company or president of an association. It could be that. So what are those goals? What are those things? For your spiritual life as well, same thing. Are we writing? Because the whole essence of this is to have a blueprint, something that you can always go back to, either daily or weekly or monthly, but something to always remind you of your goals or what you have to achieve by the end of the year. It was, so I'm trying to get your name. Grandma. I'm trying to get her name. Adefolake, yeah. She was on that. She said something about like having her vision board on her phone. And do you know how many times we pick up our phones? How many times we look at our screens? So imagine how many times she is looking at what the vision is. And it's usually great to have like pictorial representation of those. So in terms of family, let me see if I can show mine. I don't know if, please, can you guys, this slide. So before we get there, just wanted to quickly show you how my vision board looks like. I think the next slide, no, next, keep going. Yeah, that one. No, please go back. So you see friendship, building, deeper connections, marriage, it has the picture of myself and my husband. The other one has like picture of myself and my children, my business, cash balance. I'm not saying that that's how much, but that's what I have. Spirituality, fun. How many countries do I want to travel to this year? It's between me and my God. Fitness, prioritizing self-care and healthy living. So that's just like a summary of the vision board. But in terms of like friendship, so for example, if you're going to pick friendship and building deeper connections, how do you build deeper connection? You can't just put it on the vision board and then just say, I speak to you, I shall build deeper connection. I shall build, no. So your friends, there was a time when, because I really took this personal, I began to set alarms on my phone. So if you were really important to me, my alarm would say, call BC now. Actually, my bestie's name is BC, so it just works. And call her now, and then I'll call my mother-in-law, call my father-in-law, call my mother-in-law's sister, call my husband's cousins, call my siblings, call so person. Because guess what? If you're not careful, if you're not intentional about it, you'll forget. Even you now see them at family function, they're like, and I wanted to call you. But has it happened to you before where you wanted to call somebody and they now call you? And then you now start explaining that, and I wanted, they lie. So I always say that once that happens, so for me now, once that happens, immediately I pick up my phone. It still happens to me on Saturday. I wanted to call my mother-in-law because my mother-in-law is always calling me, like checking up on me, maybe like. And then I was just sitting by my husband because I went for a retreat and then I got back on Saturday. I went on Thursday, come back on Saturday. Usually when I'm going for things like that, when I'm traveling, I would, inform my parents, inform my in-laws. And I didn't even tell her about this one. So I was not feeling like, I'm not talking to this woman in like maybe 3-4 days. And in our own world, between my mother-in-law and I, it's like a lot. My husband might not speak to his mom for like 1 month, and they understand, like, he has already even said that. He feels like he's the son-in-law to his own mother. And so I was just saying that, I was just telling my husband, I need to call mommy. Like, I was doing something, like, I need to call mommy. And I don't want a situation where she'll be the one to call me first. And as I said it, instead of me to pick my phone, I did not pick my phone. I just like, after this movie that we're watching, I will call. Lo and behold, I think like maybe like 2 hours later, because I'd now forgotten I was not doing different things. Mainly I saw her phone call. I just screamed and I shouted. If I had to now give my husband the phone and say, tell her that I wanted to call her, or tell her so that she would believe me, I said yes. So, this year you just have to be intentional. So if you're going to build deeper connections, and you know that you might not be consistent, put things that will help you be consistent. That's why we have like smartphones, and they can definitely help us. In terms of like your business and your career, what are the things that will take you to the next level? We all know the things that will take us to the next level. We know. But sometimes maybe the fear of failure, and that's why I asked earlier that if failure was not an option, what are the things that you would achieve? That question is extremely important, and I want us to leave, when we leave here, I also want us to continue to ponder on it and reflect on it. Just put failure aside. And failure I don't want you to also look at failure as a bad thing. Failure, if you channel it well, is a good thing, right? If you are not afraid of failure, there are so many things that you can achieve and you would achieve. If we know have you heard of the story of the light bulb or the light shower? Who was the person that invented it? Thomas Edison. Do you know how many times he tried? No, not 300 though. 999. 999. 999. 999. You are correct. Do you know what it means to fail the first time? You fail 10 times. You fail 30 times. You fail 50 times. You fail 100 times. At this point, you're already thinking your village people, they are definitely behind me. You fail 200. You did not give up. 300. In fact, the fact that he was even counting himself, like, it was even amazing. 400, 500, 800, 900. How many people have failed at something up to 900 times here? I don't pray it for you, Sha. But sometimes we fail at something, and after the first try, we have given up. That's not a winning mindset. As long as you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, it's different if... I mean, remember typewriter?
Yeah.
ASDF column LKJ. You know Gen Z people here. But when people remember typewriter. Imagine somebody comes to meet you and say, oh, okay, I have a fantastic... Yeah, even in cyber now. I have a fantastic business plan. Like, it's going to change the world. I need you to please invest $10 million in my business. I say, oh, wow, fantastic. What business is that? I want to be selling typewriter. Do you think the person will make it in life? I mean, the person will eventually make it in life, but maybe not with the typewriter, because nobody's using typewriter anymore. The people that are using typewriter, maybe people in Nollywood, they're acting, they need it for prop to like shoot a vintage. What do you say? Or supply museums, do you understand? But but you know, typewriter. So aside from things like that, where you already know that the business is already dead on arrival, that you just have to tell the person that this thing is not going to work. But aside from that, like, if you see that this is something that you know that there's potential in it, and you just need to ask yourself, okay, what am I doing wrong, or can I, reach out to somebody to help me? I hope we are right to know all this thing I'm saying. It's not for gisting, it's just so that you're writing these things down, right? So what are the things that you can do in terms of like your fitness, like your health? I was watching one Netflix documentary the other day with my husband, and they had like this twin experiment. I don't know if anybody has seen that documentary. So they experimented different twins, like identical twins. I think maybe over 100 or so, and over like a 4-week period. And they put one particular twin on a plant-based diet, and another one on like omnivore, like meat. You can eat meat and all of that, and then exercise. They did all of that experiment, and they could tell the difference in just 4 weeks. There was so much difference. So you can look at your health and say, some of the things that we eat. How many people follow Aproko doctor here? Just that we are Aproko doctor. There's nothing that you want to do that everything will tell you that it's not working. But yeah, aside from that, like, look at your health, because if you're healthy, you're able to like do many things. And some of the things that you feel like, you get tired easily, that also affects your productivity in terms of work. So health also comes in play as well. You need to be extremely sound in your body, in your mind, in your soul. So for your fitness goal, you can say, aside from losing weight, you also want to be healthy, you want to stay fit. Some of the things, what do you say? Just want to sleep, Sha. Is a goal to sleep, Abi? See, in fact, for me, I love that I have sound sleep. Like, once I close my eyes, it's just a mistake. In fact, as I'm like this, if I just close it, I can go. There are some people, just 2 hours of sleep is what they... And I'm like, I'm not sure that I want to really live that. You will tell it on your body, yes. So sleeping well is also a goal. Like, you can decide that, this year, I normally sleep 2 to 3 hours, but this year I want to sleep 6 hours. And you wake up refreshed. All those ones that they used to bobo us, motivational speakers, that, billionaires speak, they sleep only 1 hour a day. They sleep 1 hour in 10 days. It's a lie. It's not true. Like, what's that? What are we all chasing? Yes, there might be periods, or there might be a short season where, the things that you're doing. Somebody like, for example, now Hilda Bassina, she did not sleep for like 3 days. That one was worth it. You know how that has already helped her life today. But it's not like she will not be sleeping from that day now. I'm sure she has slept almost every day, right? So in terms of your fitness goals, you can write your actionable plan. So every day, so the plan is every day, what am I going to do towards achieving my goals in terms of that area? Spirituality as well, your impact, your passion. What are those things that you're going to do? Now, because this is, so we're having like a virtual vision board thing. Normally, like if we had like cardboards, would have like maybe cut papers from magazines. But what we can do is that we can take pictures from the internet, what's your ideal life, what you want it to look like. You can then put it like on either maybe on PowerPoint or on Canva or on Pinterest. And then so that just gives you like an overview of what you plan to achieve by the end of the year. But the most important thing is these actionable steps, because it's the consistent, daily consistent things that we do that sum up and brings, everything into alignment. You can't just wish for things to happen. You have to do the work. So that's why, I'm asking that we have like these action plans, right? So, is anybody done? Anybody done? There's a lot of thinking, Abby, I know. So you probably just, in one area, maybe 1 or 2 points, and later on you can add to it. In terms of family, it could just be, so there's something that my family and I, we try to do every Sunday after church. We probably just go for breakfast together as a family, even though it's capital intensive, but the children love it. I love it. I don't know if the person paying loves it. But we all love it together. And then we also, after church on Sundays, we try to watch a family movie together. Then for my husband and I, we try to see either a movie, a documentary, or a series or something every evening. When we come back from work, it's something that is exciting. That, what are we watching today? And then if it's a documentary, as we're watching, we are talking about it, we are learning from it, and then just brings the bond closer. And even though I'm terrible at picking movies, if you leave it to me, it's romantic movies that we'll just be watching. My husband is not for that at all. So, but yes, I've learned to now start and to be enjoying action films. Even if most times, there's one that I'm watching now, John Wick, but watch, I love it. So most of them I'm like, I'm not sure I would like it, but then when I get into it, and that's the beautiful thing about trying new things. You never can tell, like, what you will like when you just explore and go into the world of other people. So in terms of like family, those are some of the things that we do daily, like I said. And so I can't just say, I want to improve our family bond. What exactly are you doing? For your business, you can decide that, every Monday, this is exactly what I'm going to do in terms of making my business move from where it is now to the next level, right? So these are some of the, so what are these steps that you're going to be taking, these actions that you'll be taking daily? For your spiritual life, maybe something that is important to you, you can decide that, I will start with 20 minutes or 30 minutes of, maybe 15 minutes prayer, 15 minutes reading my Bible, and 15 minutes reading a book, on spirituality, and that helps me. So I'll just take it again as I begin to close this. So you're supposed to be writing your action plan for your family goal, your career goals, your personal growth. Yes. No, please write it. Write it. There's just something about writing things down. And then the more you see that you're doing it, the more it continues to boost you and you're excited that you're taking off that goal. But write it. Yeah, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Yes, a lifestyle. So you can just include it. So your personal growth. So how many books do you want to read? We had somebody here say that they read 98 books. Do you want to attempt such? Do you want to attempt it or just say, you know what, that one is for her? And some people here, we have MSc and PhD in reading Instagram captions. If you take all the time that you have been reading all these captions and comments, you know that you first of all, there's even the first one of reading the caption. Then you now balance well. She can't even be my friend. I had somebody that was telling me that, I think we were talking about something. She talked about how there was a particular post, maybe on Instablog or something, and there was like maybe 1,200 comments. And she said she read it all. That's why I said that the person cannot be my friend. 1,000, like, it was over 1,000 comments. That's just one post. You know how many books should I read? We might not have completed a book, but at least should I reach almost halfway of a book. Because guess what? Those comments right now, they don't mean anything to her today. It's not adding any value. But if she had picked up a book, she would have learned something in that book that will still be helping her till today. So instead of your personal, one house. But guess what? You pass shouting somebody read 1,200 comments. Some of us, it might be 10 comments here, 15 comments here. 30, by the time you add everything together, it has already reached 500 comments. So so our personal growth, what do we want to achieve in terms of personal growth? How many courses are you taking this year? How many, similar conferences are you going for? Local and international if you can. And then for your recreation, you wanted to ask a question? Okay, just a minute. Then for your recreational goals as well, like I said, as I was saying in that time, I did not realize that I had one of my mentees in the room from my Grow with Rennie. And so she said that immediately I said it, that she quickly put it on the group that I'd said it. Was I lying? I was not lying, Abby. How many did you write that time? But how many did you try? 20. But there's some people that actually wrote up to 90. So, but you don't have to write up to 90. But, what are the recreational things that you want to, enjoy this year? And you enjoy it with your full chest. Like I said, if it's just one bowl of one hot amala, it's just to sit down under the tree to read a book. If it's to visit a friend and have like belly laughing conversations, it's part of it. If it's to attend, a musical event, there's this thing that they do at Terra Culture. What do they call it? Sorry? No, there's karaoke, there's the stage plays as well. There are different things. Honestly, like you begin to sit down and think about it, like the ideas will come to you. So I wanted to ask a question. No, not you, the person behind you. I'm not sure that, can you hear him?
No, we can.
Can hear him. Good afternoon, sir. You can't hear you. Okay, the mic. Okay, can you give him the mic?
And it seems that you do this every day. And at the moment you begin to look at everything maybe for you it's now a habit and you can do everything. Um, but in terms of the new areas and sort of trying to incorporate, is there an advice? Because I mean,
Oh, on how to.
um, there's a global spectrum which is going to seem to be quite different. How do you learn to do everything? It seems you do everything in one day. At least each of them, you do something, you do a little.
It seems like, brother. It seems like. It seems like. But I get you. I understand you. And like, as it is with expertise, like you start from somewhere. Whose phone is ringing? Oh? It's not 1,000, 100,000. My accountant, we have fired you because we've not made any money since morning. All right, so it's something that I just started. I think it was 2016 that I made that conscious. 2016 to now is how many years? 8 years. 8 years, Abby? Yes. No, it was January of 2016, actually. Yeah. 8 years. So you can't compare, someone that just wants to start today to 8 years ago. And me too, I cannot say that I will not grow. If I don't grow, then that's a serious. I need to now go and hang myself on the mountain and be praying. But I would say that don't be overwhelmed. Just begin to incorporate them little by little, and then you would gain the momentum. Now, there's some things that I don't do again by myself. I delegate. And that's another area that you can look at. There's some things that you delegate. What can you even delegate self with this one? So for my business, for example, I don't do everything myself. That's the reason why I can even stand here gallantly and confidently. And I've not had signals since I entered into this place many hours ago, and I'm not shaking that things are happening that I'm not able to, because I know that there are people that are there that would sort things out, and I'm free to be here. But 8 years ago, that couldn't happen, right? So it won't be fair for me to compare then and now. So I'll just say, just start. And that's the beauty of us being here. We start, we know all these things that we want to. And like I said earlier, I'm not sure if you were here, I said I have a 20-year plan, I have a 10-year plan, I have a 5-year plan, I have a 3-year plan, and I have a 1-year plan. And inside that 1 year, I break into quarters, and then I break into months as well. So, just start, and then you'll be fine. The more you do it, the easier you do. But also, like I said, I'll be honest with you that so there's some things that I've now kind of like systemized or automated, even for my personal life, not just for business as well, that I'm able to do. So if you are hearing that I'm doing this, I'm doing that, it's because I put systems. So I run a mentorship program, for example, and it seems like I'm doing it all through. There's somebody that is behind the scenes that is coordinating everything, coordinating everybody. But the most important thing is impact, right? So that's like my goal for it, and I'm able to do it. So I hope I've been able to answer that question. Thank you. All right, you have a question, but there was Deborah. What's Deborah? Yes. So sorry. You had a contribution earlier, and I wanted you to just share it with us. Good afternoon. So, please, do we have the mic? The mic, please. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deborah. I'm an interior designer.
Hi, learned colleague.
Okay, so I really appreciate this gathering and everything I've learned so far. What I also wanted to say is I feel like we should normalize honesty and integrity. It has been a really huge challenge, and most people, it's not because they want to do it all by themselves, but they just find it hard to see people who they can work with, people they can partner with. People are just too dubious. You can get a job and we can't be everywhere all the time. And probably some of us haven't gotten to that stage where we have people to delegate things to. But you know of your colleagues that are in the same industry with you, but you know that if I get to partner with this person, or if I get to share my client's contact with this person, it's over. It's really been a huge challenge, and it's not been easy. Everybody thinks you want to rip them off. Everybody wants to play smart, but they just keep saying, let's collaborate, but they are not trustworthy. That's the truth. They are not just trustworthy. And I'm someone that I get to trust people very easily. It's not hard for me to trust people. But over the years, I've seen very much change. I've seen change because people are just so hard to trust. You can't trust people. So I feel like you should sound the alarm already. People being honest, just be honest. It doesn't cost a lot. If you get a project of 10 million naira, which you are the one that owns the plan, probably you're not around at the time. Okay, I remember last year, I had an accident. I was at the hospital for like 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
We had projects in Ondo State. We had projects in Lagos. It was hard because I know that if I reach out to some people that I know, it's over. Do you understand? So the job had to wait. My colleague was with me at the hospital for like 2 months before she can now go and do other things. But it's happening when you have people there and you just can't trust them. So I feel like you should do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think that at the end of the day, it's a small-minded person that behaves in that way, and that's why I said earlier on that na poor man no dey collaborate, because that one job is 10 million naira now. Do you know how many things are in front that would come subsequently? And it's because some people don't see it that way. And not even only in collaboration, even for vendors as well. When you say do this, and it's almost like we want to make all that money now at once, like all your all these things that we say you want to achieve by December 31st, they want to achieve it in January, right? So, but I think that as you go along, begin to notice people would actually show you who they are, whether just by their actions, right? You can. So, it's someone you can find out if someone is trustworthy even by the things that they also do. And when you decide that you want to collaborate with somebody, maybe you just start small. Let the person prove themselves to you. Depends on how. When some people, many money enters their hand like this, it's like they're in another bin. You're like, this can't be the person that I was talking to. But money just, and it's so sad. Honestly, that's the reality of things, right? So when you now find someone that is trustworthy, you can then, it might not be a walk in the park, but I don't want you to also give up, because you are trustworthy and you are a person of integrity. You can't be the only person in this world that has that trait. There are other people out there that are also making these complaints, So it's just for you to also pray that you meet with them and people that are here as well. And then when you go for events or you go for, you network, most likely people that I want to believe, because now you can't even trust people like that. But you want to believe that when people come for like-minded events, you almost have like the same mindset. You have like, yes, someone that will be dubious and all that. They don't. What are they coming to set vision for? They're not setting. They're only just for them to steal the visions, to steal the visions, right? So yes, I get you. But then also don't close your heart to collaborations. And then you must be an amazing person for your clients to wait for you till you were done from your hospital. You know many people, after 1 week like this, Deborah, sorry, the Lord will be with you. The Lord heal you. And then they moved on to another person. So yes. Any other question? Okay. And then we are done. Because we have like the next session. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. No, that one will be in question and answer. But are you sure? I think we should just wait for the question and answer. Or does it have to do with the action that we are taking now, like writing down? Okay, let's take it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Samalade Ajayi. I work with American International Insurance Company, and I also have a business page on Instagram as Lady Apparel. I serve a Florida Economic Media Pockets and market.
Amazing.
Okay, so my question is about the savings plan that you mentioned. You said that there was a period that thank you. You mentioned there was a period you worked so hard, and at the end of the year, it's difficult to see the savings for the whole year. And I think that's the story of my life present. Okay, so maybe because of the business I do, I have to change dollar every time. Like when I have 200,000 naira right now, I want to change it now because the price may go up tomorrow. So
Today, not tomorrow.
Okay, yes, today. So I realized over the years that so I sell because I have to always buy in dollars. So when I have money, I change immediately. All the business money go back to the business. However, the personal income, maybe my income from my work, when I receive my salary, if it's much at the end of the month, I want to take a session and also change. Most time I'm always using the word borrow. Let me borrow this money because if I have to wait when I will make that money back, the rates may be high. So at the end of the year, like last year, I just realized that where's the money? If I want to do anything, it's easy for me. Like maybe if I want to do something in July, it's easy for me. I can easily save towards that July. So if I want to go for summer, I have a savings plan. Let me do a job, just perfect this. And let me do this. So when I'm doing contribution, I have like 10. I can say this one is for my trip, this one is for this one is for this. But just personal savings. So I realized when I want to shop, maybe Black Friday now, there's no money I have I just want to wipe everything and change it to dollar because my kind of business, Christmas is like the peak period, and I don't want to be telling people I don't have when I have opportunity to buy. So at the end of last year, every penny I have, like every I have to change everything. Christmas is coming, I'll make that money in December and I will save back. But after December, the next year I start thinking Valentine is coming. Let me shop for that. So right now it's like I spent everything for Valentine again. And I know by the time this Valentine sales is over, I may have to start thinking of Easter. So before Easter, Black Friday is just there. So it's just difficult to save. So when I have to do something, I want to buy phone for myself. I say this phone, you are the one that will buy it. As of yesterday, I still had 70% of that money for phone. But as we were talking yesterday, I was saying that they are doing sales, so February 9, Samsung is doing sales in money. Right there, as we were talking, I had 800,000, I had to change it immediately. I didn't even tell him. I said, immediately it's February 9. I was like, dollar is going up. So please, what can I do to just have personal savings? Thank you.
I think that this question, it passed me small. It's 2, 3, 4 finance that we're supposed to answer that question. However, but there was something that you said, and I just wanted everyone to. I picked it up, so I picked things quickly. Please, I don't want you guys to be saying December is my peak period, April is my peak period. Every day is my peak period. It can be peak period. Everybody can have their own peak period, but for you, every day is your peak period. Trust me, when you begin to have like that mindset, you will see it work. You people, my tithes, you must not miss. But I think that like I said, I was in this position 5 years ago, but I had to make a decision that see, look, if I continue like this is what will be happening year in, year out. And Nigeria is not having any mercy because, like we said, that 800,000, you're changing money. The profit that you're making is to go again to inflation or devaluation of money. So you're almost not saying anything. So you're just working and working and working. And then you just tell yourself that, you know what, this amount of money, I will not convert it, or you will convert it and then put it into investments. like maybe like a dollar mutual fund or something, and let it be yielding money for you, while maybe a percentage, maybe 60% will be what you'll be using for turnover for your business, and then the remaining 40% or 30%, it can even be as low as 10%. It's still better than nothing. And then after a year, you will see. And like you said, you're very good with, if you have like a target, 10 adjust. Me, I'm not even the one adjust if. So if you're committed like that and you are, you can do that, then the 11th adjust, let it be your personal savings. Do you understand? So just say, you know what, this 11th one, I'm doing it just for me. Because if you're not careful, honestly, like I said, you can just wake up one morning, you're 70 years old, and you're thinking, what have I left for my children and my children's children? So yes, but I think that 234 should still help us answer that question. Dini, do you want to answer it now? Okay, thank you.
Do you follow our community? Okay, so this event is Visualize and Thrive, but we're going to keep having workshops like this throughout the year on different topics. Next month we're having one with PwC on taxation. We're having a tax masterclass. So we're going to touch different areas that affect small businesses. So I hope that kind of answers your question. You have to come for more.
All right, and then maybe you can just can she send an email and you can just reach out? Yes. Thank you. So somebody else wanted to answer a question. Okay, please answer.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
My name is Detola and I'm the CEO of the brand Fittings by You. So I was not totally in this situation. I think it was 2017. I think I was young, I started my business and I was making so much money. But I realized that year, it was difficult for me to pay salaries. It was even my husband. Then it was still my fiancé. That paid salaries for me. So what I did was, I just told myself that would be the last time that it will ever happen to me, that I'll make money and won't be able to pay my staff. So I went to the bank and I told them that I want to do a direct debit. They said they don't have it. I insisted, I don't know how you get the directive, but I want it. I started with 2,000 naira then. So per day, they removed 2,000 naira from my money. And then I don't have a app for that account. So if I want to collect the money, I have to go to the bank. So sometimes when I started, I increased to 4,000, I increased to 6,000 per day, I increased to 8,000, I just kept increasing it. So there are months that I don't even have to enter the bank or go to that account because I have money to pay my salaries and that it's there. But for me to go to the bank to get that money, it means that what I need to use it for is super important. When I go, they always ask me, Madam, why don't you have an app? I don't want, and I don't want. So that has kept me accountable. I've not had people doing it, but I figured it out for myself and I still do it.
Amazing. Sorry, so somebody else. Let's wrap this up because we have a next session.
So, in case you can't go to the bank to get the direct debit, what I use is Piggyvest. I use Piggyvest for my daily. I'm
not sure if we can publicize.
Okay. Yes. Okay, maybe you can get an app that can do that for you. Another thing that I did was, there was a time I took a loan from a cooperative, and when I finished, so I was supposed to be paying monthly. So I knew I couldn't just pay the loan monthly, so I divided it into weekly. And I was sending the money to an account weekly. By the time I was done paying the loan, I realized I could still continue to put the money in that account. So I continued, and over the years I realized I just keep increasing it. So my business money is still there, but I can look at that account and be like, oh, I have this money here. So I think that also works.
Okay. So I think we'll take the other questions, please, because the next session has to start now. But I feel like for her, I don't have a doubt that she can sort herself out. I feel like the main problem is that fear of dollar just going up. Don't be afraid. See, I don't pray for it all. If dollar you should go to 10,000, you'll be fine. But we don't pray for it, you will be fine. So don't live on that I need to. I think that's the main thing that you need to sort out, is that fear. Like, it has consumed you so much that anything you're thinking about is like, I need to quickly convert. Once you are able to sort that out, you will see that you start putting money aside, and you will not feel guilty or bad that if you don't change that money, everything will come crushing. Thank you so much. I'll be back again. They said that
To everyone from Morenike and from Aki as well. So you get all the slides. You have your workbooks as well, right? And we're streaming this, so you can always go on our YouTube channel at 234 Finance to just, rewatch the entire virtual event.